You know, the black label potbelly is a bait that I call a hybrid square bill. And the reason I call it that is it's a square bill bait, but the body is very different from most square bill baits. You know, if you look at the potbelly, it's not real fat. As a matter of fact, it's actually fairly thin. Um, and it also has this real swoop down belly, which is what gives it its name. What this does is for one, the swoop down belly creates a bait that has a very low center of gravity, so it's a very stable bait in action. You can fish this bait really fast; it won't blow out. It's a really good bait for for cleaner water because you can put a lot of speed on it if you need to generate reaction strikes. But it also gives you a bait that has the flash characteristics of like a fat-bodied crankbait, but combined with a softer vibration, more like not quite like a flat bait, but closer to a flat bait than a traditional fat-bodied square bill. Bait has a lot of body roll. It's really sexy underwater. A lot of color flash, and that's kind of where the hybrid part comes from on the potbelly. You know, me calling it a hybrid square bill, but a really cool bait. And really a bait that to me is not, it's not super seasonal, you know, because of the roll and the flash that it has and the softer vibration. This is a bait that I can use pretty much 12 months out of the year as long as I have fish that are, say, in 5 or 6 foot of water or less. Oftentimes in the colder months of the year, I'll throw it on a smaller pound test line, maybe like 10, so that I can get it a little deeper. And in the warmer months of the year, like in the fall, this is a bait that I love to crank in the back of creeks in the fall, just because normally by then the water has started to clean up a little bit, and you also normally have a bigger size shad back then. You know, by the time the fall rolls around, most of your shad spawn in April, May, depending on where you are in the part of the country. You don't have a lot of juvenile shad. A lot of times in the fall, those fish will start to key in on those little bit bigger shad. And the way this bait swims, it puts off a fairly big profile. Not huge, not like a big 3-inch bait, but not tiny like a little small flat bait. So, you know, the potbelly is a pretty unique bait. If you're looking to try something that's a little different, I kind of made this bait to kind of combat exactly what I'm talking about. There was times of the year where I wanted a square bill style bait. I wanted a lot of body roll, but I just didn't want all that vibration that I get from, like, say, a wreck. So that's where the potbelly came from, and it's a really good fish catching bait if you use it under the right set of circumstances.